Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So I've just finished doing a video on the Renault Clio that I've got in, and what I thought I would do whilst I was here is also just shoot a short video for you going through my finances so far. So there's a couple of cars that I did before I properly got into car trading, but what I'm doing for the sake of this is I'm going to be sort of just focusing on the ones that I've done since I specifically left the workforce and started car trading. So the first car that I started off with was a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is quite a big one to begin with. But this was more or less a no-brainer for me. So I saw this advert on Gumtree for a Grand Cherokee. Now, if you don't know, these use a Mercedes 3-litre V6 diesel engine that's really strong, really reliable. Those Grand Cherokees as well can pull 3.5 tons. So this is the kind of car that can go anywhere, do anything. So for the right person, if you're not too bothered about, you know, maybe only getting 25 miles to the gallon in a diesel, this is a great car for you. I saw this advert and the car was up for $995 because they were basically saying, we just want to get rid of it, which was really surprising because when I looked at these cars just on Facebook Marketplace, not Auto Trader, just Facebook Marketplace, similar cars, so a clean MOT that was also valid for 6 months, I believe it was, and you know, running, driving, no issues with it. I even contacted the guy who owned the garage that was selling this Jeep, and I said, you know, is there anything that might need to be done? And he said, no, I've been driving it to and from my house every night since we got it in just a couple of days ago, to be fair. But it's been brilliant, and he apparently had a good ear for it, according to him. But I used to work at Mercedes. Those particular diesel engines are great, but if they have been neglected, you can pretty quickly pick it up. And I went down, I actually paid him over the phone before seeing it. I just said, well, I picked up the phone to him and I said, I bet I'm the 20th person to call you this morning. He said, try the 25th. So he was pretty, I thought it was pretty urgent. It just seemed like such a good car. They were going for about 2,200 on Facebook Marketplace, and even more on places like Auto Trader, obviously. So I paid him the money there and then, and I said, I'll be coming down today. I'll pick it up and I'll just drive it back. So I did. I went down, purchase price of $995 that I paid him. Travel, fuel, insurance, I had to tax it to get it back. I had my trade plates at that point. I didn't have any trade insurance either. I was literally just doing this sort of off my own back. That all came to £132. So cleaning it cost me about 46 quid, so I had to buy all the cleaning stuff. But that, to be fair, that cleaning stuff has still lasted me on. Every other car I've been able to clean basically with stuff that I bought then. So for about 46 quid, I've got the materials that I've cleaned about 7 other cars with. So it's pretty good. It's about £4 per car if you average it out. So cleaning, £46, and fixing when I asked him, he mustn't have picked up on the fact that the gas struts on the boot were pretty weak and they weren't holding it up. So I replaced those. In fact, I ordered them. Someone came and picked it up so quickly that I just said, look, I've got these gas struts on order. How about I just send them to you? And they said, yeah, that's perfect. So all in all, total, including purchase, travel, cleaning, fixing it up and everything like that, the total spend on that was £1,202.58. That sold overnight. I put the pictures up in the evening, and that the next morning I had someone pick it up, agreed a sale price of $2,100. I put it up for $2,200, but they asked for $2,100. I probably shouldn't have said yes, but I did. But that gave me a profit of £897.42 from just one car that took 2 or 3 days from start to finish. And if you think actually as well that total amount of hours spent on that car was probably 6-7 hours, you're looking at an hourly rate of about £150, which is brilliant. So that can often work in your favour. So the next car I sold, I picked up 2 cars and had them around about the same sort of time. They were a Ford Fiesta and a Toyota Yaris. Now the Ford, basically this guy had it up for £800. I asked him about delivery, and he said that he would deliver it to me for about £100. So I said, look, how about for £108 is what he said actually. So I said, look, if you can drop the car off with me, I'll pay you $860 for the whole thing. and he agreed to that. So that meant that I didn't have to tax it myself, or sort out any of the other stuff that I did with the Jeep. And that meant that I got that car. I put the purchase price as 752, and travel and fuel and all that stuff, just lumped that all into 108. So 860 to get it here. I did actually have to spend quite a bit of time and money fixing that up. It did have a few problems, but that came out to £104.70. Total spend of £964.70, sale price of £995. Not great. There were quite a few things that needed to be done on it, and I was having to go back to the person. They lived locally, and they just said, like, you know, the back door didn't open, and I just went to them, fixed the back door for them, put in a new radio for them as well. So I only made £30 profit on that for what's probably turned out to be about 10 hours work. Yeah, like I said, it can come back the other way. So next, moving on to the Toyota Yaris that I just mentioned. So that was a better deal. That's like much more the sort of deal that I like to do. Basically, that was down in Leeds, and that was up on Auto Trader. Basically, someone had this car. Their father had owned this car for a long time. Unfortunately, he had died. And this car was up for 750 quid, and I just went there and just said, look, given that this was your father's car, I'm not going to nickel and dime you over it. I'll just pay you the £750. And they were really happy with that, because 750 quid for that car. It was on 75,000 miles, had a full MOT. It was brilliant. And it's the ideal first car, just a little 1 litre engine, really cheap little 51 plate car, dead reliable, those things as well. And they were saying that basically everyone was coming to them and just offering them 300 quid for it. And this is something that really bugs me, and it's something that you'll come up against in the car industry a lot. And this is where you will put something up for a good price and people will still just send you messages asking for the car for basically half price when it's already at like better than market. I sympathised with them, so like I said, I gave them the full price. Insurance was £20, travel to get down there was £41, and just taxing it was £33. So, all in all, that got me a total purchase price of £845.11. When I got that back here, I spent quite a bit of time just cleaning it out, and put it up for sale at £11.95. And got £350 for it. The people who bought it just agreed that at £11.95. So you're probably looking at around about 10 hours work. So £35 an hour, I'm happy with that. So next we're going to come on to the Saab 9-3. Now this is one of the cars that I've still got at the moment, just because fixing it has turned out to be quite a lengthy process. At the moment I'm £1,300 into it, and that's a car that I think you could realistically put up for, I've said before, around about £2,000, so £1,995 if we're putting up there with like the full MOT and everything like that. Now, purchase of that was £995. Then we did £63 of travel just to pick it up. Fuel was £25, just put a bit of diesel in it to get it back here. Insurance was £35.11. So all in all, the fixing has come to £182.03 so far. I think that I might be putting an extra 50 quid onto that, or taking an extra 50 quid off. I'll have to double check. Could potentially be looking at around about £600 there, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. So next we've got a Honda Accord, 1325 purchase. Total on like fixing it and getting all this and doing all the traveling as well, came to 1548.07, sale price of 1900. So that gave us a profit of 352 there. So next up, we've got this Clio. So that was £700. I paid the £25 to get the V5 for this as well, which is coming in the post at the moment. The person who's coming on Saturday is, I've sent them a message just basically saying, look, I've applied for the V5 with a V62, so it's on its way, but it just probably won't be here when you arrive. So they're still looking around it, they're still happy with it. £15 of fuel in here, that filled the tank halfway up, which was incredible to me. And fixing it, so just all the little jobs and buying extra mirrors. I also spent £50 on the seats and the spare wheel as well. So that's all come to £77.98. So total for this car at the moment, total spend is £802.98. And hopefully the sale price of £905, we're going to stick to that. I'm really not planning on coming much below that. Finally, we have the Skoda Roomster. Now this one is one that I don't want to, again, count my chickens before they hatch, but where we are at the moment, I'll get you up to speed. So I think I've mentioned that this has actually been like an agreed sale, and it's just me at this point getting the final touches done to it so that it can be used for a cleaning company to transport its linen. So that is, you know, I've got a little bit of time to do those things. I'm not letting it get away from me, but what we've got at this point is a cam belt that came today. It's also going in to the electricians tomorrow, and they're just going to sort out the boot opening up from the back. So at the moment, where we are is £825 for the purchase, travel of £60.68, fuel of 25 quid, and then fixing it so far has been £366.60. Now that is not including what it's going to cost at the auto electricians tomorrow. However, that gives us a total of £1,252.28. Sale is agreed at £1,890. So at the moment, profit will be £638. I think that I should still stay the nice side of £500 when it goes in tomorrow to the electrician, but there might be another £50 here or there just to a mechanic, or just, you know, obviously it's going to spend my time doing the cam belt and things like that. But where we are at the moment is a nice profit of £638, and I think, like I say, we should be able to stay the healthy side of £500 of that. I think what I've been able to show with this video is, for one thing, it's very easy to buy a car, flip it quickly, and make quite a healthy profit. Unfortunately, there are some circumstances where something goes wrong, you can't help it. And also you need to be careful with what you buy, because sometimes you can buy something and it's just not worth your time. Like that Fiesta was just, it just got a little bit silly, the amount of time that I spent on that in the end. But a happy customer is a happy customer at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little deep dive into my finances of car dealing. I'll just give you a ballpark figure as well for this. So car insurance, so like motor trade insurance, that's around about £2,000 a year. Getting trade plates costs about another £165 for the duration that I've got at the moment. And then of course your accounting and things like that to do at the end of the year. But so far I think we're doing okay. We're not doing great. We're not doing, you know, we're not clearing 10k in a month just yet, but hopefully it's not going to be long until I do that. I think at this point I'm just making sure that I find which cars work, which cars don't, and finding my niche, and hopefully it won't be too long until we are clearing 10k a month. Anyways, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, obviously subscribe as well. Share this video to your friends to help the channel grow, and I will see you in the next one. All the best.